So, I have a problem.
Down, yeah. I've been feeling so down, yeah.
And before you ask, no, you can't solve it with the quadratic formula, and no, you can't solve it with the Pythagorean theorem. You see, my problem is that I use my phone way too much. And in the spirit of the new year, or should I say 2020 season 2, where we commit to year-long goals that we'll probably forget about in 3 days, I'm going to try and fix my phone addiction. And how am I going to do that, you ask? Well, great question. I'm going to leave that answer to future me. Future Jason here, and we need to reach optimum peak brain power by stripping away our natural right to use our phones. Back to old Jason. And by doing so, we create an environment for us to be superior to everyone else in every single facet of life by breaking the chains of technology that hold us back from achieving our full potential in life, I think. So instead of just resisting the temptation to use my phone, let's just lock myself out of my phone so that using my phone is not even an option in my head. That way there's zero temptation. Brilliant, amazing, phenomenal idea. I can't believe I came up with such an original thought. That's kind of crazy. With that idea in mind, it should be pretty simple. Let's make an app that... Why am I crying? So with that core idea, let's make an app that tracks our usage, and when we exceed that usage, let's just have it lock us out of our phone. I don't think it'll take more than like a couple of days.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
I spent the past 3 weeks of my winter break learning Kotlin, and my experience has been like, you know that time when you like, it's like when you have to, when you do that thing and then you, in short, I've literally been banging my head against the table to get this spaghetti that I call code to run and actually work. I spent so much time trying to decipher the ancient hieroglyphics left behind by the Google developers. And because of them, I just want to say, first off, thanks, Google.
No friends of mine around, yeah.
Okay, so here's how developing went for me. Let's go, chat. I think that's world record. Okay, fine. Here's how it actually went. Hey, this is voiceover Jason, and you're probably wondering, did I really just record myself for hours and hours, programming and debugging, and forget that watching someone look at a screen and type some code isn't exactly the most riveting piece of content on the internet? No, not me. I definitely didn't do something stupid like that. Anyways, so how did I do it? Well, simple answer is I didn't, but here's what I got working so far. I say so far, but I'm not progressing past this. I'm over this project at this point. I just want to simply move on with my life. When you open the app, you'll notice that it will barrage you with permission requests until you say yes. And when you finally say yes and consent your life away, that's when the magic happens. There's a lot of things going on, but you really only need to know 2 pieces of functionality: the usage stat service and the screen state service. The usage stat service file is a loaded file with tons of functionality that I most definitely should have split into multiple files and functions to have better decoupling and to incorporate good programming practices, but I didn't, so here we are. It calculates and displays your phone usage every minute via notifications, and if needed, it'll update the phone lock state variable. And we need a phone lock state variable because we need a way to control when we want to lock the phone and we want to keep the phone unlocked. So if the phone lock variable is set to true, then that means the phone should be locked, and conversely, if the phone lock state variable is set to false, then that means we want to keep the phone unlocked. Simple as that. The only time it'll really change the phone lock state variable is in like 2 cases, at least that I could think of. One being when you pass your usage limit, so your phone should be locked. And then the second part being when it's a new day because your phone usage is under the limit, so it should unlock your phone again. screen state service registers 2 broadcast receivers. No, it doesn't. I'm a liar. This. The screen state service registers broadcast receivers, which are constantly listening for 2 events in particular. The first one being, I'm turned on, and the second one being, I'm turned off. In this case, we are specifically listening just for the I'm turned off event. And it'll actually render and display a custom lock screen. So when you turn your phone on again, that's the lock screen that you see. The idea of a lock screen, right, is to lock you out of your screen. Crazy, I know. But getting the home button to do anything other than going to the home screen is a monumental task for security reasons, I guess. And it's especially frustrating when the top answer for how to override the home button or how to disable the home button is just simply don't. Like, okay, thanks for contributing nothing to the conversation, I guess. Like, okay. And so after 1 week of digging and trial and error, we finally disabled the home button. But so now it can actually function like a proper lock screen.
Might have caught the June blues. Yeah, I wanna drown myself inside the juice.
It's been 3 days since I finished making my app and gave myself a limit of 3 hours per day. I spend the rest of my days doing nothing, because as it turns out, if you can't kill time watching YouTube and anime, and you don't want to be productive, you end up doing nothing. The days feel long. I think I've unlocked my hidden potential and have ascended my mere mortal form. In other words, I'm just really bored. But I will say, while essentially forcing myself to be bored, my brain did something that I haven't truly experienced in years. My brain regained some of its childlike imagination. Because it turns out, when you devoid yourself of external stimuli, your brain tries to stimulate itself. Through your very own imagination. And that's pretty cool.
Breaking news got me breaking. I was present, hopeless, praying. Struck down at 20, plenty left to put behind you.
Overall, I would say it was a cool idea. Somewhat works. Not a great time, especially developing it. 0 out of 10, wouldn't really recommend again. But yeah, I guess that concludes the journey for the past 4 days of actually using the app. But now we have to make like Frozen and just let it go. So with that being said, let's uninstall. Uninstall unsuccessful. Cannot uninstall device admin. Okay, so just deactivate admin. Okay. Oh shit.
On some soulful sunny shit to brighten up a wounded soul. Honest, you the penny. Pick it up like Chevy. New age Machiavelli. Disagree, don't tell me. Now you in infinity, we 98. Trust that he be good. On the ball like BB, don't make no mistakes. Got the